Hey guys, how's it going? Good morning. I want to go over today how you guys are going to find the axis of symmetry and the vertex of a parabola, of a quadratic function. So just a quick review of what we talked about yesterday. This shape right here is called a parabola. It's this U shape. The axis of symmetry is a line that cuts it into two parts that are the same. So again, we can kind of fold over this. If you think about it as a piece of paper, we can fold over this and it'll be the same on both sides, okay? The vertex is either the lowest point or it can be the highest point. We'll talk about that today. And they are related. In fact, your vertex is always on your axis of symmetry. So if this is your axis of symmetry, notice your vertex is right there, okay? So I want to talk real quick about the axis of symmetry as a line, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to use this equation right here. We'll get to that in a moment. But notice it says x equals here. So x equals is a line. So if I said x equals 5, x equals 5. X equals 5 is a vertical line that goes through 5. Okay, so I'll zoom in so you guys can see 5. So every point on this is 5. This is 5, 0, 5, 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 4, 5, 5. All those points have in common, is that x equals 5. Okay, so the line x equals 5 composes of all points where, x is equal to 5, okay? So it's important to keep that in mind that we're going to use it like it's just a number we plug in, but it is a line. So when we plug this in, we'll graph those along with this just so you guys can see, okay? Now, you guys have some work tonight. It's going to be 4 problems. I'm just going to go over how to do it real quick. We'll talk about how we're going to apply this and what this means for us and why we're doing this for completing the square and everything last week. Okay, so you guys remember how to define A, B, and C. We're going to keep doing that. We actually don't need C for this because if you notice, it's actually not part of our little equation that we're going to use here. But we do need to definitely know A and B. So if you are okay with not writing them out every time, I'm okay with that too. You should be okay with that at this point. If not, write them down. There's no harm in doing it. So this is your formula to find the axis of symmetry. X equals negative b over 2a. Yes, you have to memorize that. No, it's not very difficult to memorize. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 characters, okay? You can remember someone's phone number. You can remember this. But I guess you guys don't remember phone numbers anymore, right? So pretty much all you're going to do is you're going to find out what b is, plug it in here, find out what a is, plug it in here, evaluate this. Right? In other words, do negative b divided by 2a. Evaluate this, figure out what x is. That will give you your axis of symmetry. Once you have x, you can plug it back in to whatever your original function was and get y. Now you have x, now you have y, now you have your vertex. Okay? So I'll go over this example real quick here. That's on this paper, and you guys, and I'll go over 1 or 2 more. You guys can take off and get this done yourself, okay? I have to make sure I'm not writing in crayon because Smartboard just wants me to write in crayon all the time. Don't want to write in crayon. All right. Good. Okay. So this first one they gave you, they said, it's not working. This is y is equal to x squared minus 4x plus 8. Now your first thing, identify a, b, and c. A is equal to 1, b is equal to, don't forget the negative sign, negative 4. And C, which we don't actually need for this problem, is 8. Now, find your axis of symmetry. X equals negative b over 2a. That kind of meeting. X equals negative b over 2a. All right? So again, now let's plug it in. So we're going to plug it in negative. Now, remember, this negative sign really means just flip the sign. So we'll start doing that as we get on more. So this is negative 4 over 2 times 1. Okay? Well, negative 4 just means flip the sign. Okay, so negative 4 becomes positive 4. And 2 times 1 is just 2. 4 over 2 is 2. So x equals 2 is your axis of symmetry. So let's go ahead, let's put that in for now, just so you guys get a visual of what this looks like. X equals 2. Okay, so it's a vertical line that goes through all the points where x equals 2. Okay. Also, though, I will say this, though. For your vertex now, we actually know the x coordinate. That's what x is. Now we have to find y. What are we going to do? We're going to take this 2, and we're just going to evaluate the function in 2. Okay? We'll say y is equal to, 2. Start over now. Sorry, it's very hard to switch between like eraser and pencil because every time I go back to pencil, it writes like a crayon. All right, y is equal to 2 squared minus 4 times 2. So this is 2 plus 8. Okay. Well, 2 squared is 4. It's 2 times 2, right? Negative 4 times 8 is negative 8 plus 8. Okay, okay, so 4 minus 8 is negative 4, plus 8 will be positive 4, right? So 4 minus 8 is negative 4, plus 8 would be right back to positive 4, right? These positive negatives can undo each other. Which again, we knew that x was 2. Now we know that y is equal to 4. So 2, 4 should be my vertex, okay? So 2, 4 is right there. Okay, and let's see, let's graph this function and see if that's true. So it was y is equal to x squared minus 4x plus 2. Okay, and there it is right there. Okay, there's my parabola, there's my axis symmetry, there's my vertex. Okay, so again, the green line is your parabola, the red line is your axis symmetry, and this black dot right here is going to be your vertex. And if you guys are wondering, do we have to do this? Yeah, kind of. The problem with graphing parabolas is you need to know where to start, right? So if I said, let's put a random one up here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I said x squared plus 2x minus 11, okay? Now that's all well and good, right? If I said graph that, you need to know, what if you just start graphing in 0? You would only have from here on up. Well, then we miss some of the important parts, right? We would miss this point over here. We would miss the vertex down here, okay? So we can't just pick an arbitrary point and start graphing like we could with a line. So for parabolas, we need to know this vertex, we need to know this axis symmetry, because we need to know where to start from, and that's what we'll be doing over the next few days, okay? So all I really want to do today is I want to go over maybe 2 more examples, and then you guys can take it. These notes will be on the website. Okay. I won't graph all these, okay? Just going to go over how to do them, okay? So, and we are going to write like adults, not in crayon. Okay. So there's no way to change the smartboard settings. If you guys can find a way to change the smartboard settings, I'd be really excited about that. It always wants me to write in crayon. All right, so let's say y is equal to 2x squared plus 3x minus 1. Okay. Again, a is 2, b is 3, and c, which we don't actually need, is negative 1. Okay. Step 2. X equals negative b over 2a. Okay, so let's plug in b. So that's negative 3. Again, that just needs to flip the sign of 3, so it's going to become negative 3. And 2 times a, which was 2. Oh, I do want to do this one. Remember to edit that out. Okay. I'm sorry, that was one I didn't want to do. The reason we don't want to do that is it could be a fraction. All right. Y is equal to x squared minus 14x plus 5. Okay, so again, a is 1, b is negative 14, and c is 5. Okay, so again, step 2, x equals x is equal to negative b over 2a. Okay, again, the negative b just needs to flip the sign of that number. So negative 14 will become positive 14, and 2 times 1. Okay? Negative 14 is positive 14, and 2 times 1 is 2. 14 divided by 2 is 7. All right? So now we know our axis symmetry, we know our x coordinate, we know x is 7. So we're going to take our function, and everywhere I see x, I'm going to replace it with a 7. Okay. 7 times 7 is going to be 49. Negative 14 times 7 is going to be, you can use your calculator, it's going to be negative 98 and plus 5. Okay, just got our axis symmetry. We plugged it back in. Okay, let's go ahead and let's find it. Okay, 49 minus 98, again, if you need to use your calculator, is going to be negative 49. And negative 49 plus 5 will be negative 44. Do me a favor, you know x, you know y, your last thing is to express them as a point, okay? So where is it located? 7, negative 44. This is the other value of things, okay? Is that for you guys to graph 7, negative 44 is pretty much impossible. So if you wanted to find the minimum or the maximum or things like that, it's going to be a little bit tough, okay? I'll do one more and I'll set you guys off with this, okay? Our last one we want to do, and I'm going to write it in f of x form this time, so you guys can see that it doesn't really matter. F of x equals negative 2x squared minus 12x plus 3. Okay, and a is negative 2, b is negative 12, and c is 3. All right. So again, what are we going to do? X is equal to negative b over 2a. That's negative 12 over 2 times negative 2. Negative 12 is positive 12, and 2 times negative 2 will become negative 4. 12 divided by negative 4 will be negative 3. Okay, watch plugging negative 3's back in here with the square. Okay, so what are we going to do? Now we know that x is negative 3. Let's evaluate this function at negative 3. Okay, so just a little bit different notation this time. You guys should be familiar with both of them at this point. Okay, what we're doing, we're plugging back in for x. Let's see what comes out for f of x. Negative 3 squared. Be careful if you guys can plug this in your calculator. You need those parentheses. Negative 3 squared is going to be positive 9. Okay. Since these are separated by addition and subtraction, you can kind of do them as 1, 2, 3 things. I know your order of operations says you should be doing this multiplication next. Again, the last thing in the order of operations is addition and subtraction, right? So we can't do anything with this until the last step anyway. So you can kind of work with them as 1, 2, 3 separate entities. Negative 12 times negative 3 is going to be positive 36. Okay, negative 2 times 9 is going to be negative 18. Okay, and finish up strong. F of negative 3. Negative 18 and positive 36 is going to be 18, and 18 plus 3 is going to be 21. Okay, so again, your final thing, please express your answer as a coordinate. Your final coordinate should be negative 3, 21. Okay? Again, I'm going to give you guys 4 to do tonight. Just do them, and we'll talk about why we need to know this a little bit more tomorrow. We'll also talk about how this pertains to being a maximum versus a minimum. Okay, so I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.